Hi, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. This video today we're going to be talking about my wintertime skincare routine. I just woke up and got my coffee and I'm ready to film. I really wanted to film the skincare routine in action because I think you can get a much better sense of what I'm talking about, and I can actually show it to you as I use the product much better than I can explain it to you just by holding a bottle up. So I'm in my bathroom, the noises will be all different, and the filming setup is a little challenging. I can't get quite exactly the right angle to be able to show you, say, like washing my face to that level of detail. So I will show you as I wash my face, for example, dripping all over myself probably and onto the floor. But I will show you how it all goes. The other reason I wanted to film it this way is so that you could really see the parts of my skin that I'm referring to when I talk about what makes me displeased with the products that I'm currently using. So I'll just talk about what I observe right now this morning. I'm looking into a mirror so that I can remember, like scan down my face to remember the points I want to mention to you. I don't know that you'll be able to see this that well because really the main problem I have, and like I say, I just woke up, so like all of the shininess that you see, this is all like any redness and whatever else, this is me with not anything on my face. I haven't done a single thing to it yet. All of this area feels really dry to me, especially down in here. I don't think that the skincare that I currently have, either in my morning or nighttime routine, is deeply penetrating into all the layers of my skin effectively. So this is one of the problems that I'm seeing in my own skincare, and one of the problems I want to try to address this year once I get through some of this stuff that is not helping me to this point, if that makes sense. So I have a lot of dryness right now. I don't know if you can see, there's a patch of this redness right here. I tend to get dry patches, especially in the winter time. So this is a great example to talk about with you. This is one of those dry patches that I've referred to in past videos. It's kind of an eczema. It presents itself differently like on my face than it does, say, on a part of my body, especially my upper arm or my upper leg. When it's on my face, I will use this Lano All Over Everywhere multi-cream. And I did that last night. I'll show that to you in my nighttime routine video. But I use this to spot treat that sort of redness. The other redness I have going on in my face is, I believe, like around my cheeks especially. You can see these pretty distinct red lines right under my eyes that go into my cheeks. And these areas are, I believe, because my skin is irritated. I don't think any of the specific products that I'm using is causing this redness, but I don't think any of the products I'm using are helping it. So I think that I know that I have very sensitive skin, and this area can be very dry, but the skincare I'm using isn't calming my skin enough, or it's too harsh in some way or another. So I still have this redness. Actually, this level of redness that you see is a very great level. This is great for me, but it is still red, and it's something that I do feel the need to tone down on a daily basis, and so that is one of the things that I'm hoping to address. So to start, these are the two facial cleansers that I'm currently using. I cannot stand either of these products, and the reason is because they are just not right for my skin, and I've been forcing myself to use them because they are extremely high quality products. I feel the need to give them their due diligence, right? So they're extremely expensive products. I will never buy them again. And really it's because I really need to talk about why I have these products. The reason is because I watched other YouTubers and they highly recommended them. Other YouTubers with similar skin type to mine, right? So I'm not just blindly testing anything that's out there. It was, you know, very specific recommendation for sensitive skin with the oily, dry type face that I have, and I thought that these would be great. The problem I'm discovering that I feel is very worth mentioning here to anyone else out there who is in my age range, which is over 40, who therefore didn't grow up with YouTube, but discovered YouTube at a later age and then thought it was the most amazing thing in the world and went crazy looking for skincare recommendations and ended up with products like this. So what happened is that the people that started YouTube were much younger than me, like 10, 15 years younger than me. And I've discovered that all of their recommendations, while they're great recommendations, are totally not going to work for me because of my age range and my skin needs. Like, my skin has changed a lot over the years. And at this point in time, these sorts of products are totally not cutting it. Now that I've been learning for 10 plus years what would actually be more effective for my skin, the products I currently have are much better, but they're still not great. Now today, there's a lot better information out there that I can rely on to do even better for my skin. My assessment of my own face and skin is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And I still have things that I feel like I'm fighting all the time, like redness, over oiliness, over dryness, and I really want to address fine lines and, you know, just future skin health. But with the skincare products I have currently, that's not gonna do it. So I'm trying to get through them and move on. So these are both foaming cleansers. Now the problem with foaming cleansers is that they have these surfactants that, you know, like SLS, that create the foam, which is actually irritating to my particular skin type, and I have very sensitive skin, and they dry my skin out too. So even though they're far better than a bar of soap, say, it's just not appreciably better for me. So I need to get through them and never use them again. I'm going to use a totally different type of a cleanser after I get through them. I actually have one more cleanser after these two that I have to get through still. So anyway, enough rambling. This is the Whamisa cleansing foam. It is gentle, I will say that. It doesn't cause irritation for my skin, but like I say, it is drying. I'm so done with it. This is the Tatcha, the Rice Polish Classic. And the problem I have with this one is that it's really irritating. It's little tiny, it's powder, and it's little tiny granules that eventually do smooth out and dissolve into just foam, but they do hold up for a little while. So as I'm rubbing it in and massaging it in, the granules are slowly dissolving into foam, but until then, it's still scratching my face and irritating it. So it's really not good for me. It is good for sensitive skin if you have sensitive skin, so I'm not saying don't ever use it, but for me, it's really not helping. And I do think it's contributing to quite a bit of the redness that I currently have. So this morning I'm using this. This is what I've been using every single morning. I do feel the need to wash my face every single morning because of the nighttime routine. I put retinol on my face and I want to take that off and put sunscreen on my face for the day. So this is one of those steps I won't be able to show you just because of the camera angle and whatnot. But what I do first thing in the morning is I wash my face with a cleanser like this, and I use it with this muslin cloth. This is a very soft, gentle muslin cloth, and I really have depended heavily on this. I used to use just a washcloth, and that just wasn't good. It was too rough. In the morning, I do have quite a bit of dryness and usually flakiness. This morning, I don't know, it's not as dry as it normally is. I do wet this. This is the part I can't show you, so I'm sorry, I have to explain it. But I do wet this, and then I put a dab of this on. When this gets wet, it actually softens it more, so it's even less abrasive. And then I just very gently rub it into my skin. Okay, so this is the best I'm going to be able to show you. I've wet my face, rinsed it off, and I've wet this cloth, and I've put this much of the foaming cleanser on. It's a good sized dollop, I would say. On the packaging it says to use a pearl-sized amount to damp face. Well, I use a cloth. So anyway, here we go. And I'm concentrating around the lower part of my face here, just to make sure that I get all of I really make sure that any dry skin that needs to be exfoliated is dealt with. So, and as I go around my forehead and around everywhere, it feels dry. Like my face feels dry. And so it's uncomfortable, and if I don't do this, I feel like my face will crack. So this is just very gentle. I'm just very gently going around in circles. It feels like nothing, actually. It just feels like I'm using my hands, but I know that this is actually exfoliating. So I'm just going around really gently. And then I also get really dry underneath my jawline, like this. There we go. That's about as much as I do. So that's it. Be right back. Okay, so I've just washed my face, and then I just pat dry very gently, excuse me. And basically I got everything wet, sleeves and everything. Who doesn't love just washing their face at the sink? I don't know how people do it, honestly. It's very impressive. So if you are able to wash your face at a sink without making a complete water mess, kudos to you. I've just very gently patted dry. I can still feel wet spots on my face, and that's usually how I leave it. So the next product I go in with is this green tea serum. And this is a discontinued product, so I'm almost out. And I'm really glad. I don't like this product, and the reason is because it leaves a coating on my face. And I continue to use it because green tea is still a good antioxidant for your face, and I do think that it helps balance my skin. I don't think it's doing a great job of it, but I do think it helps. So this is about, I just dump some in my hand. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully. Anyway, it's just a little pool, maybe a quarter size. And apply this like so. And you can see it's just liquid, and I don't feel like it actually absorbs into my skin that well. It's stingy right now, so I also don't like that. I put it on the back of my hands as well, down my chest. That's where all your skincare should go. There. So I stop smearing it around once I feel like it's starting to dry down a bit, because I don't like to pull on my skin at all. I will only slide my hands around my face if it's very slick and easy to slide my hands around my face. It leaves this tacky coating all over my skin, and I really don't like that. It doesn't particularly feel hydrating. It just feels like I just put a sticky coating of something on my skin. But I do still think that it is balancing my skin somewhat. Like, I think it's balancing the pH, and I do think it's balancing some of this redness. I mean, you can see it doesn't further, even though it was stingy when I put it on, it doesn't actually further redden it. It doesn't further redden my skin. And actually, I think that it actually did kind of tone down some of the redness a little bit. So it's not terrible, but I'm looking forward to moving on to something completely different, because I would love something that doesn't leave this tacky feeling and is still a green tea antioxidant, because I do think that my skin responds well to green tea in general. The next product I go in with is the Colleen Rothschild Age Renewal Super Serum. So that's the thing. So this is a serum toner, and this is a Age Renewal Super Serum. And the reason I use this is to counteract the stickiness that I feel like this one gives my skin. And now I'm going to go in with this one, it's almost out. Pumps. Arg. That's all of the serum I'm going to use today. Usually I put one more pump. Maybe I'll try to get another pump out of that. But anyway, just concentrating down in the most dry areas because I want the most moisturization down in the dry areas in particular. Yeah, I need more. See if I can coax it out. There we go. It still feels really dry on my face, so that's why I'm applying more down here. Neck, chest, back of hands. There we go. Next I do eye cream. So I'm using the Colleen Rothschild Retinol Supreme Eye Serum. And this is a great product. I just put it on the wrong finger. I use that amount. And that's a lot for this product actually. Because it is a very heavy duty product, but I do like a lot of eye cream under my eyes. And I can go up and around kind of around just below the brow bone with this stuff. And it doesn't irritate, so that's good. And then I'm trying to get through this Colleen Rothschild Complete Eye Cream. I really dislike this product. It's way too liquid for me. I like something that is very heavy duty that just sticks right where I put it. And that's actually this. But I don't know what percentage of retinol it has. I'm thinking that in the future I will not use eye cream. We'll see how this goes because I really want to get a higher concentration of a retinoid cream that I can apply to the skin around my eyes, and it'll help take care of these fine lines and wrinkles that are starting to develop, you know, these ones there. This is just hydration, it feels like to me. It doesn't feel like it's anti-aging. I don't think it's making anything worse. So I just use this eye cream on top of it, about that much. When I apply this, it turns very watery. So I try to just be very specific. So I kind of have to turn and look in the mirror. I tried, yeah, see it went watery right there. And so I just try to be very specific with it around the eyes, like that. And then I have to wipe it away from my cheeks a little bit because I do notice that it will bother my skin on my cheeks. Coffee break. Next, I'm using this Make Prem Safe Me. This is a wonderful product. Now, it is just pure moisturizer. It's nothing else. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to changing is my moisturizer because I want some more, I want some ceramides, I want some peptides, I want just more stuff in there that's good stuff for my skin. I just want it to be nourishing my skin better. This is just 12 ingredients, hence the name Relief Moisture Cream 12, and they're purely moisturization. So I use about this much. I might grab more. And this is wonderful because it's pH balanced and my skin loves it. Oh, it just feels so good. It feels like it mixes well with the products that I'm using. Oh my goodness, it feels so good to put on. It just feels very, very, very hydrating. Again, I grab about that much more. I always concentrate down in the driest area of my face, and then I work around the rest of my face. Again, only gently moving, you know, sliding my hands across my face, only if there is a really smooth slick. So this is starting to dry down already, and I'm being very gentle to not continue rubbing it in too much because I don't want to pull on my skin. So that is my face moisturized, and this feels so good. It doesn't leave a coating. It's bouncy, and it has been wonderful. So this just calms my skin right down, and I love this product so much. That said, I really am wanting some more important ingredients like peptides and ceramides and other stuff that's just really, really good. Will just keep your collagen strong, will keep the structure of your skin strong, and will be anti-aging but also rejuvenating and help with all of that good stuff. And this is a wonderful product, but it's just not doing anything else besides moisturizing. So that's why I want to move on from this. And one of the things I do want to add into my skincare is a vitamin C serum. Those can be very brightening and also calming with some of the redness, and so that's one of the products that I really eventually will add in. Once I feel like I have less clutter with what I already have, once I get through some of these products more, I will be adding in certain things like that. But right now I just have way too much of stuff I'm not enjoying, and it feels really overwhelming, and I feel like I'm just, just trying to get through it. So the last step in my morning skincare routine is to apply sunscreen. And right now I'm mixing my own tinted sunscreen with these two products. This is the By Terry Cellular Rose Brightening CC Serum, and this is the Colleen Rothschild Daily Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 25 Lightweight Fluid. And this I just really like using because I love a tinted moisturizer, a tinted sunscreen, because I want to smooth out the coloring in my skin in particular. Just smooth it out a little bit. I'm not trying to get rid of all of the color, and I'm not trying to cover a bunch of stuff up, but I really want to just smooth out the skin tone that I have, and this is a great product for that. And then I also, of course, want sunscreen, and this is great because it's also a mattifying sunscreen. You can see how shiny I am. I don't know if this is the chemical reaction with my skin type, with the products I'm using, I don't know. If I were to just leave this, I would be shiny like this all day long. It seems like nobody else deals with this kind of shininess when they put products on. I mean, and you saw, none of the products I put on my face are oily. Like, there's just really no reason for this. Anyway, in order to deal with that, in my SPF, I really like to have it be mattifying. So these two products I mix together, and I'll show you that right now. Just shake them up. I use about that much sunscreen. And just a note on sunscreen, when I go outside, I am putting on a hat, I'm putting on sunglasses, I'm protecting my skin. If I were to be out in the sun all day, I would absolutely reapply more sunscreen. I would use a different kind, to make maybe a heftier sunscreen, just to make sure. But this is my everyday sunscreen protection. And then I put 2 pumps of the Cellular Rose CC Serum. So I do that, and I smear it together. See why I want to change this? It's kind of ridiculous. Like, oh, there's some white down there and there's some brown right there. I gotta mix it all together. So I end up with this kind of thing. And I put 1 hand worth on the forehead, because that's always the most exposed. Then I rub my fingers back together to get a nice even coating on both fingers, and then I rub those into my cheeks and everywhere else. And I let this on my forehead dry intentionally a little bit because I want to get it into my hairline somewhat. But if I started putting it into my hairline now, it would just get too far back and then I would just be a mess. So this, I let it dry down a little bit so I have more control over how far into my hairline I put it. Yeah, you can see right there, I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, it's fine, it's fine. Just keep massaging it in. always massage it into your eyebrows, and I always put it on my eyelids. I get pretty close into my eyes. So I have very hooded eyelids, and I don't ever go down below a certain point on my eyes, because then it's a teary-eyed mess. Okay, it's very dry now. I have to double check close up. Yeah, that's pretty good. I just make sure there aren't any streaks, and then anything extra, I just kind of rub in. And I will use different sunscreen on my hands and other places. So that is my morning wintertime skincare routine as it stands today. So the main thing that makes this particular routine my winter skincare routine is this moisturizer. Oh, sorry, there's a hair on me. Fuzz. Tickles. With the forced air heating still on and just very little moisture in the air is very dry, I still feel the need to use a very heavy-duty moisturizer on my face. The other aspect of this being a wintertime routine in particular is that I have to exfoliate every single morning because I have a lot of dry skin around my chin. These two products are the most likely to stay in my routine as the year goes on, but neither of these are fabulous for what I'm looking for. They're just very basic, wonderful products, but I'm wanting to add in a lot more targeted ingredients. I'll be looking into what specific beneficial ingredients are in this compared to other options out there. I still have 2 more of these in backup. I'm almost done with this bottle, but I still have 2 more, so it's going to be a little while before I replace it with anything else, so it'll give me plenty of time to research whether this one is the best option to keep in my routine for now or not. I have the type of skin type that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to let go of this entirely. I have very sensitive skin, and whenever I have any sort of extra irritation, I will go to this always. So I'm not sure I can ever say goodbye to this permanently. I may have to keep this all the time as a backup option, as that, oh no, my skin's in trouble, it needs help, get my safe me. Even someone like me who has a very narrowed range because I have sensitive skin and I can't use any perfumes, I can't use any, super irritating exfoliating products, so I have a more narrow range because of my sensitive skin. But even with sensitive skin, I still have a very wide range of products that I could try. So for me, I think that I always need to keep something like this as sort of as an emergency treatment, if you will. So if I react really terribly to something, I know that I can put this on and my skin will immediately love it. Now, what I'm looking for with all of the products that I'm interested in replacing is that my face will feel this good with every single product, every serum, every eye cream, every toner, everything that I use, every face wash that I use. My standard is how good my face feels when I'm using this, right? So when I get a new serum, I want it to feel as good as this does to me when I use it, if that makes sense. These are the 2 products that I can foresee staying in my routine. The third one that might stay in my routine is this eye serum, the Retinol Supreme Eye Serum. And the reason is because it is a very nice heavy-duty cream with retinol in it. So if I react strongly to putting a retinoid around my eyes, I can at least still use this. So I think that's it for my skincare routine. I think I've talked through everything I wanted to mention. And I'm also going to be filming my evening skincare routine, so I will see you in that next video, which will be coming up very soon. And until then, thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me in my bathroom today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.